Good morning, young engineers. How are you? We have a surprise. We are at school today, but we are socially distancing. We're not close to anybody, don't worry. And it's a little windy, so it might be a little tricky for us today. We are building a gliding car. We're going to talk about lift. We're going to talk about weight. We're going to talk about drag today. Those are our physics concepts that we're going to talk about that help our car both glide and land safely. There's a couple of things that are going to be a little tricky. Making your wheels might be a little tricky. You might need help from an adult. What you're going to need today is some 3 popsicle sticks. You're going to need index card paper. It's nice and thick. Yeah, it's not like regular soft paper. It's a little thicker. It was on your list of things to buy. You're going to need maybe 2 or 3 skewer sticks like this. And we're going to cut all of this because we're going to make a frame like that. And we want our skewers to be smaller. So maybe you'll need a little bit of help from a grown-up to do that. And lastly, we are going to use our wheels that you got on your package. You'll need some scissors and you'll need some tape as well. So before we get started with the actual building of the car, I think it would be good if we first do all of our cuttings, the things that we need to chop down so that we can build our car effectively. And that way maybe a grown-up can help us with those cutting moments that are a little harder, and the easier parts will be left for us to do later.
Can you help me here?
Yeah, for example, that part is a little hard.
Just stick this thing in?
And keep it in there?
Yes.
Okay, hold it in one end. Hold it. Now.
Can we do that later?
We'll stick it through now. Your hole is not big enough. Okay, so first, let's grab 1 popsicle stick and we're gonna cut it in half. Let's try to be neat about where the half is. So you can either color half with a pen or pencil, or you can make, as I will do, a mark there a little bit with the scissors. See if it's perfectly in the middle. I think not quite. Maybe there is a little better. Yeah, that looks better. And now I'm gonna cut it right through the middle. That is not too hard. So now I wanna glue it with other 2 sticks to form the frame of the car, okay? We are gonna glue it just like this. So maybe grown-up can help you. And we're gonna glue this really quickly. You please take your time. You can always pause me if you wanna pause to catch up. Don't hurry, because please don't get any super glue or glue in your fingers. If you do get glued up, you're gonna need a bowl with hot water.
And soap and a pumice stone.
Soap and a pumice stone to rub off all that excess glue off your fingers. So if you press this down, sorry, there we go. You press it down after you've applied some glue. It's gonna stick nice and well. So I have 1 built already here. After you have your frame, what we wanna build is the wheels. So for that, we are gonna grab a skewer and we are gonna cut it to length right there. See, a little over half of the skewer, and boom, there it goes. Now the important thing is that you get 2 skewers to be roughly the same length. So everyone looks good. Gabriel, where are the other skewers?
Other skewers on there.
Here are my skewers.
The wheels.
So make sure that you've cut one skewer already, make sure the other one is roughly the same size. So now we can cut our second skewer, and we have two. Now, so that our wheel can turn, we are gonna build a little axle for it with our straw. So the straw needs to be shorter than the skewer you've cut. So we line them up like this. See my two skewers on my straw. I want it shorter, maybe a full centimeter or inch shorter. I know you might need help for this from a grown-up.
These things keep
That's
slipping
one.
off.
And made it too big, the hole.
Yes.
And we're gonna build one more. This is my straw that I've just cut.
Yes.
So I'm gonna cut another one.
Lifting weights. Woo.
There we go. So now we
That
have,
could be for Jerry.
we're gonna put 1 and 2. And you should have them like this. So you notice now we can easily put one wheel in one side and the other wheel in the other. And now the problem will be if we leave it like this, is that our wheel could easily escape. And this is where the very tricky part comes. Gabriel and I have already designed some little stoppers for our wheels. So the way you do it is you cut the end of a straw.
I did a big straw.
You don't need much of it. And then there's another. And now you can cut it through the inside. So now you can, if you wanted to, you could open it a bit. See, we don't need to open it too much. We're just gonna leave it like that. I'm just showing you. And what we're gonna do is with the pointy end of your skewer, without hurting your fingers or asking an adult for help, you are gonna pierce through it in the middle. See, you can pierce through it. It pierces quite easily, and you go all the way through like that, like you skewer it, like if it was a piece of chicken in the barbecue. Now
Any piece of chicken.
you're gonna grab your wheel. See, there's a little bit left there of your skewer. You're gonna try to get it right through, and that little piece of straw, cut straw, is what will prevent our wheel from coming out now. See? And then you're gonna need one on the other side. Wait, where is my other little piece? Gabriel keeps on stealing my things.
So down.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the second one. Boom. Again, I could wrap it out if I want. I'm gonna pierce it with the straw. Please do it carefully.
Wait for me.
Skewers away from your face. Yeah, or ask an adult for help, please. Once you have it with a little hole, you can put the skewer through, and that's gonna hold your wheel in. Otherwise, your wheels are gonna be dancing, twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Oh, baby, now. Oh, baby.
Twist, 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 twist.
Sometimes a little hard. Maybe I need a little bigger hole. Get it all the way through.
Hey, where's that little piece?
And now let me try again. No, it's a little tricky. So now my stopper is in on both sides. One right there,
Wait for me.
that one here.
Please, can you wait?
This one's about to come out. So let me push it in a little bit. And they can't be too tight. If not, your wheels are not gonna roll. Give it a little bit of space. I know it's a little tricky. Oopsie. See, now I pulled it out all the way out again. It's a little tricky. You can pause me while you fiddle with this and get it just right. Don't rush. Don't get discouraged. Do ask for help if you need some, but eventually you should have it just like that. See?
Can you help
So
me?
now you can see how it rolls. Meanwhile, my structure has dried,
Can you help?
and next thing I'm gonna do, I have one built already. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tape them in like that. So you're gonna see that in a minute. I'm gonna help Gabriel with his skewer stopper.
There's my other wheel.
This can be a little bit tricky. Can just put one without the wheel on it yet. Is the hole too small, Gabriel?
No.
Feels too small.
I ran it all the way through.
Okay, this one. It's in. Yeah, don't put it too far in so you can leave space for your
Yeah,
wheel to
pierce
go
the hole.
through. Okay, where's the wheel? There. Now we put his wheel through. And now the straw through. And now he just needs the other wheel. And you have a lot of space to put your other wheel stopper to go right there. Yeah.
And can you?
Okay, so now
help
we
me
are
pierce the
gonna.
hole in the wheel stopper. My stuff fell out.
Now we're gonna tape our wheel to the frame of our car. So I have a good bunch of tape. I'm gonna do this with care so as to make it nice and straight. Oop, that wasn't a good start. That's much better. Now I wanna line it up nice, like so. Okay, try to make it right in the middle. Now they're glued in. Now I can wrap it around a few times so that it's nice and solid. Okay, see, if we didn't have our straw there to hold our skewer, then our wheels wouldn't turn because the skewer would be too tight. Okay, so we have our front axle done. Now we're gonna go for the second one. It's gonna go back here.
Mine too.
What? Okay.
Can you please have some tape? Mine's ready.
Yours is ready. Here's some tape for you. Would you like some tape, Carolina?
Wait, wrap all of this around on one axle?
No, I just
Yeah.
need super glue because I want to glue these together like this.
Okay, so one more time. You have our tape.
Because I want one of these.
We put it right there. Now we line up our axle just like so. Try to make sure that it's lined up with the one below. Now we can tape it in, do the first hole, and now we tape around. Make it nice and solid. So now I have a good chassis. That's called the structure of the car is a chassis. And I have two axles attached to it, which I think is actually pretty cool.
There, look.
Good, you have one, show him right there. That's Gabriel's, this is mine. Okay, so I have a little bit of motion already.
Can I
I
please
love
have
it.
the tape?
Now I am gonna grab this, the sketching, the index card paper, sorry, and we're gonna fold it into thirds. See, a third and a third. You can do that by folding in. Once you have roughly thirds, you're gonna cut 1/3 out. See, 1, 2, 3 sections, 3 fractions of one paper. So I only need 1/3 right now. So I'm gonna grab the scissors. I'm gonna cut my third of an index card paper. Remember, it's index card paper, so it's a little heavier than your usual paper. That's a third of it. I am gonna bend just a centimeter off the ends. Yeah, and I'm gonna let it, that's gonna be the flaps of my wing. Just 1 centimeter. Okay, that looks pretty good. And finally, I'm gonna bend it in half. So I have an obvious line in the middle, right there. Okay, so when I open it up, this is what I want. This is the shape I want. Okay, so now this shape, I'm gonna tape to the top of my frame, to the top of my frame. So this is the top.
Okay, can you help me?
It's gotta be like to the top of my frame, okay? So these little flaps are gonna be facing upwards. See, this is the lower part of my frame where the wheels are. I wanna tape it to the top. So I'm gonna just rest it there. What do you need help with? Need a third of this?
No, I can cut it.
Okay, Gabriel's gonna cut his piece. So I'm gonna just lay it like that. Remember, flaps pointing upwards, the middle, right in the middle of your plane, and I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna choose the front of my car is gonna be the light blue. So I'm gonna have it a little close to there, to the front. Put it a little close to the front. You don't need such quite a big piece of tape anymore, smaller piece, and I'm gonna tape it.
Like this?
Yeah, you need your flaps. You need your flaps.
I'll do that.
Make sure it's nice and straight. The more straight it is, the straighter it's gonna glide. Your glider. And then I'm gonna do the other wing as well. Okay, so my wings are now attached to the top of my car. Can you see? This is the front. I've put them a little bit to the front on the top. So make sure your flaps are pointing up, the wheels are pointing down. Now I'm gonna grab another third of my index paper that was left over, and I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna cut it in half, right through the middle. Gabriel can use the other middle. I'm gonna use the other one.
Like this?
And this is gonna be my tail. Yeah. This is gonna be my tail.
Here?
Gabriel cut it a little bit on the side, so I'm gonna make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm gonna have my tail pointing out through the back of my glider. I need a little piece of tape now. Okay, and I'm gonna tape it to the back of my glider. Make sure you pause us if you're running behind a little bit. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can so that this video is not too long. But as you can see, I have my wings, I have my car frame that we've worked on with our straws,
Wait for me!
and I have my wings. Now, I'm gonna tape the tail to the underside of my car right there so it's not flapping away. Okay. A little piece of tape one more time. And I'm gonna tape the tail to the underside of my car. Yeah, so that's the back side of my car. This is the top side.
Can I see?
So now I have, this is it. I have my wings. When this, I'm gonna push it out of the table, and the way of the car, once the airplane goes over the edge, the way of the car is gonna start pulling it downwards with gravity. Gravity will pull it back to Earth.